Hello, shamanettes, and welcome to the Beauty Shaman. So today we are going to talk about a much complained about issue amongst all of us, and that is our neck. Yes, we're going to talk about the neck. Okay, so as we age, the collagen in our skin depletes, so our faces become thinner, our cell turnover goes way down. So in our 20s and 30s, cell turnover is very high. That's why your skin looks plumped and full and lots of collagen. And as we get older, all of that slows down about 10 times, okay? That's why as you get older, everything becomes more and more and more droopy, which includes our neck. So I want to preface this by saying I'm very pro-aging. I am not one of these like aging is bad, you have to do everything in your power to not age. I don't believe that at all. I believe that you figure out what works for you, because our world teaches that, you know, aging's terrible and bad and you can't age and well, you should spend all your money on it. It's complete BS, as we all really know, but we also cave to it, and I get that. So I tend to walk a middle line where I'm really big on health, nutrition, using products that really work. And so today we're going to talk about what products, what techniques that I'm using, that I've seen other women use. I have 5 points that we're going to talk about specifically. And I also want you to know I do not use injectables or plastic surgery. That's very important because I'm not pulling any punches. If I say I use something, I use it. And this is what it looks like. I'm 57 years old. So that you know, I'm not like out getting injectables. Now, I'm not against injectables. I work with talent, on-camera talent. Most people get some form of it. So I'm not negative on it. I just feel like you decide what works for you. But as for me, speaking to you, I want you to know that that's my stance for myself. Okay? All right. So before we get started and we get talking about the neck, visit my website at thebeautyshamanstore.com. While you're there, sign up for my newsletter and immediately get a 20% off my store. And the newsletter has discounts and insider deals. It's fabulous. My newsletter is great, if I do say so myself. Also sign up for my, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and hit the bell to be alerted every time I upload a video. All right, let's get going. Okay, so, the first thing I want to start with is the skin on your neck is the same as the skin all over your body. A lot of times lines say, oh, it's different, right? Your skin on your neck is different than the skin on your face. So the skin under your eyes is different than everything else. And that's just that's not true. Okay, it's garbage. It's not true. Skin is skin, all right? The skin on your butt is the same under your eye. Now, under your eye, your skin is actually thinner, but it's the same, okay? The skin on your neck is the same as the skin on your face. So you should treat it in the same way that you're going to treat the skin on your face. The skin is the largest organ in the body. Skin health is 80% what you put in your body. In other words, it's your nutrition. It's taking vitamins and supplements. I'm a huge fan of all of this. I'll put a video in the corner where I talk about all of that. I do a ton of work on health and diet and exercise and things like that. And that really benefits, I think, my skin. Having said that, right now I have very dark circles. I do want to explain my dark circles that I've been trying very desperately to cover. And it's because I broke my wrist. And I live in Ecuador and I went for a run and I tripped and I broke my wrist. Yes, and it's my right wrist, which means my entire makeup was done with my left hand, my non-dominant hand. Which means I get brownie points for being able to do this with my non-dominant hand. In any case, I'm tired because I'm not sleeping well. I wake up a lot in the middle of the night because my arm bothers me. But in any case, I get it off in a week. So yay, I'll start doing makeup videos again. Very exciting. But I do want to point out that your skin is the same. Okay, all of this is the same. So whatever you put on your face, just pull it down to your neck and your décolleté. So that's your vitamin C serum, your retinol, as long as it's not prescription strength retinol, tretinoin. Don't put that on your neck. That's not good. It's a very powerful retinol. You only want to use that on your face. But regular retinol, but regular vitamin A, over-the-counter vitamin A, is fine to use on your neck and all the way down to your décolleté. It really does benefit everything. So I would love to roll in it, right? It's fabulous. I love retinol. It's one of the best things that you can possibly use to encourage cell turnover, which is what helps to minimize fine lines and wrinkles. It helps your skin to produce new, fresh cells, which is where that brightening comes from. It also helps to encourage collagen production. Retinol is fabulous. It's one of the top things you should use. You should always use a vitamin C and a retinol. Those two are the top 2 ingredients that you always want to use on your skin. I'll put a video in the corner again where I talk about that specifically. Having said that, that is one technique to use for your neck. So you want to use whatever you use on your face and your neck. So this is a cleanser that I use. This is Image MD, a line I've just started carrying. I love this line. This is an inexpensive, great cleanser with alpha hydroxy acids, which also help with cell turnover. And I use that not just on my face. Again, cleanse your neck. And if you use a device like a Foreo cleanser, something like that, you can use that on your neck too. All right, so that's the first thing you can try. If you feel like that's not quite doing it, I would go into some other steps, and that's what we're going to talk about now, or what are some of the other things you can do. Okay, so what about neck creams? So, there's a diverse amount of opinion out there about neck creams. I've tried a few of them, but I do have a favorite with neck creams. And my favorite for the ones I've tried, I've probably tried like 4 different brands, I would say. But the one that I feel like really had an impact that I like, and I actually sell on my website because I really liked it. I really loved it. I gave it to my mom. She was using it. I gave it to a couple friends. If you're my friend, I often give my products. So in any case, I feel like it has had an impact and I really like it. And it is the by Image MD, and it's called the Max. Okay, why do I like this? Why do I think this is a good product? It contains tetrahexadecyl ascorbate, which is vitamin C, which you also use on your face. It contains peptides, vitamin E, plant stem cells, botanicals, and lightening agents. So what makes this different than just using your regular products, your vitamin C, your retinol, all that sort of thing? What would separate this? What would make it unique? And what makes it unique is they have a vectorized technology that they put into the product that is a tightening agent, tightening and firming agent. Okay, a lot of neck products that you'll see on, if you watch Instagram or Facebook or any of these, women put it on, it instantly tightens. But what it does is it puts a thin layer on top of the skin. The minute that gets wet or it begins to break down, it goes away. So I've had people come into the makeup studio with this on their neck or maybe around their eye area. And what happens is then you can't put makeup on top of it, okay, because it breaks down and it does leave a film. Now in front of the camera, sometimes these can look a little bit funky, all right? I'm into what do things look like in front of a camera because that's my business. And generally speaking, I think these things look a little weird. In the end, it doesn't do anything long term, okay? It's a short term fix and maybe that's okay. And I think that's fine. If it is for you, then that's great. What I'm looking for, what's the way to build collagen, to strengthen the skin under my neck that's going to work in the long run, okay? That's much more what I'm for. That's why I'm into diet and things like that, because it's always the long run, okay? And I always think that's a better way to think. I think many of you would agree with me on that, which is why I think as I use this, I have noticed a difference. Now, I don't have severe issues underneath my neck. I did give this to a friend of mine who has much more crepey skin around her neck area, and she has been very happy with this, and so has my mom. So there you go. There's proof it's in the pudding. Okay, so what's something else that you can do is you can go to a plastic surgeon and have radio frequency microneedling done to your neck. Now, microneedling can also be done to the face. It's basically these little thin needles that as they run over the skin, they puncture your skin. Again, you can use this on your neck, and what this does is it's another way to encourage cell turnover. Microdermabrasion is the same thing. So microneedling tells the cells turn over, which is what really helps with that little crepiness and that droopiness on your skin. Your cells start to turn over, and it helps to rejuvenate, and it helps to tighten and firm. Your downtime is about a week, so it looks really rough for about a week. So don't go to a fancy party the next day or something like that. Same thing with if you get it done on your face. All right. These things, including microdermabrasion, can take a few days for your skin to recover, especially if you've never done it before. Personally speaking, I have not done microneedling. I have heard a lot of very good things about it from other people I know that have tried it. I use microdermabrasion. That's kind of my go-to. However, I think if you do want something that's going to have more of a dramatic effect, it's going to, more than like using retinol or using vitamin C or even a neck cream of some sort, is to look into this. Okay, 3 of the brands that you can look into are Fractora, Vivace, and Morpheus 8. So if you go into a plastic surgeon's office, they're going to carry probably one of those types of treatments of microneedling to be done on the neck. So, that's just something for you to look into. Again, I haven't done it, but if you have or you like one in particular, please write down below. Okay, so what about injectables? So I typically do not even go there. I don't even talk about injectables because I don't do them. But many of you might be interested in this, so I thought at least I would share about 2 different types of injectables that are used in the underneath your chin area. Again, I haven't done any of these. I don't do injectables, but it's something to look into. So one brand is called Kybella. So Kybella specifically is injected into the fat cells underneath your chin. It destroys fat cells, and thus firms up this area. You can also have Juvederm, like I mentioned earlier. Juvederm lasts about a year. So, these all have different side effects depending on your general health. So, definitely look into all of those. But I did want to mention that, even though I don't use them, because I think some of you are really looking for something that's more serious. I would say that there is a point of no return where you really have to go into either injectables or plastic surgery if you really want to clear this area up, if you want to have more of a defined jawline. There is that point, okay? I think what I'm talking about, the treatments that I talked about earlier in the video, are really done before this gets to be too droopy. So I do think that we can, taking steps earlier, we can actually prevent quite a bit of that. And in some cases not. Some cases it is hereditary. There are things that are not preventable. I realize that, but I did want to mention it. Many of you will ask about facial exercises. I've heard really good things about facial exercises. I do think if you exercise your body, you are going to exercise your face. I do think there are specific facial exercises you can do. You can look that up here on YouTube. Those are great. I think done consistently do make a difference. So, check that out. Okay, so just to recap, what are the main points here? Okay, one of the points are use your skincare on your neck. The second one is get a neck cream of some sort. I did bring up the Max. That's the one I carry and I really like. You can also use instant lifting creams, which leave a very slight residue on the skin. They leave a film on the skin. So you can try those if you'd like. Personally speaking, I'm not a huge fan, but some people really love those. It's just a quick fix. You can use retinol, the same retinol you use on your face, as long as it's not tretinoin. You can use it on your neck. You can use microneedling, and then you can also use injectables like Juvederm and Kybella. So anyway, I hope those are helpful. Hope those are some helpful tips for you to try out for your neck area. Love your neck. Send it lots of love. Eat healthy foods. Eat lots of green vegetables. Exercise. All of that benefits your neck. All right. Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching The Beauty Shaman.